Inland bandsaw wheels are factory aligned, and the blade tracking is checked before they are packaged and shipped. With proper use, there should be no additional adjustments needed. But if you find that your blade is not tracking on the wheels correctly, here's how to fix the problem. The lower wheel has a fixed position in relation to the upper wheel. It sits closer to the frame back. If you find that the blade is walking off the lower wheel, this is an indication that the two are not in proper alignment. To check to make sure that lower wheel is in its correct position or to fix an incorrect one, first unplug the saw, then loosen the screws that hold the front cover in place and remove it from the hinge pins by swinging it out and lifting up. You're going to need a ruler and the long-armed Allen wrench that came with your saw. To the left side of the lower pin, you will notice a hole. This is the access point for the long-arm Allen wrench. Insert it and then rotate the lower wheel until the set screw on the axle comes around and you can insert the arm into that set screw. Check the position by putting a ruler against the saw frame back. You should have 1/2 inch between the back of the frame and the back of the saw wheel. Loosen the set screw, move the wheel to the correct position, and then retighten in place. The upper wheel tilts, and it's the direction and degree of tilt that controls the blade's position. First thing you need to do is unplug your saw from the power source. The tracking adjustment screw is located on the back side of the saw behind the coolant reservoir. You're going to remove the reservoir so you have access to the tilt adjustment screw. Adjustments are made by turning the screw clockwise or counterclockwise. You may find it helpful to make a small tick mark on the knob itself and on the saw frame so that you can gauge exactly how far you have turned the knob as you make your adjustments. Next, open the front cover of the saw so you have access to both wheels. You're going to hand turn the drive wheel to check your adjustments as you watch the blade movement on the upper wheel. After each half turn adjustment, you want to hand turn the lower drive wheel to see how the blade behaves on the upper wheel. A blade that tracks 2 toes to the front or is coming off the front of the upper wheel is corrected by turning the tracking knob clockwise or to the right. This tilts the bottom of the upper wheel out, making the blade ride farther towards the back of the upper wheel. Make adjustments in half-turn increments and check the blade position by turning the lower drive wheel by hand until the blade is properly centered on the upper wheel. A blade riding too far back on the upper wheel is corrected by turning the tracking knob counterclockwise or to the left. This allows the bottom portion of the upper wheel to tilt in, making the blade move forward on the upper wheel. Make adjustments in half-turn increments and check the blade position by hand turning the lower drive wheel until the blade is tracking correctly on the upper wheel.